From the PEP Radio Newsroom, these are the stories we are covering at this hour. A hot air balloon landed on a neighborhood street in Pennsylvania on Monday morning. Video shows the big balloon with the words Garden Village and a picture of a horse and buggy emblazoned on the side, touching down in the Southern Village neighborhood in Lancaster Township. A resident told television reporters that the balloon landed around 7:15 a.m. The person said a handful of neighbors watched in disbelief as the crew hurried to pack up as quickly as possible. The viewer also shared several photos of the balloon flying over homes. Police say a man climbed, danced, and exposed himself on top of a Pennsylvania fire truck Sunday evening. According to the Wilkes-Barre City Police, on August 31st around 7:30 p.m., officers were called to the 100 block of Wood Street for a report of an unresponsive man. Firefighters stated that a man, later identified as Junior Batista Rivas, age 36, of Wilkes-Barre, was trying to climb onto the fire truck. Officers said they watched Batista Rivas make his way onto the cabin roof of the vehicle and proceeded to damage an antenna. Police tried to get Batista Rivas to come down. However, officers reported that he proceeded to expose his genitalia while dancing on the roof of the vehicle. Eventually, authorities were able to arrest Batista Rivas, and he has been charged with disorderly conduct, indecent exposure, and other related offenses. Standing at the finish line of a Labor Day event in Pittsburgh that commemorated both tragedy and triumph, Governor Josh Shapiro pledged to stand up for the rule of law and continue to stand up for our workers, including long-overlooked home health workers. Speaking with reporters as thousands of workers passed by reviewing stands outside of the United Steelworkers headquarters, Shapiro said, President Donald Trump and his administration are working to eviscerate worker rights every single day. If Donald Trump wants to screw with a worker here in Pennsylvania, he's going to have to go through me, Shapiro added. And I got a damn good record of standing up to him. As a case in point, Shapiro flagged the U.S. Department of Labor effort to roll back minimum wage and overtime protections for in-home caregivers. Such workers were not covered by those rules until a move by the Obama administration to include them in 2013. But earlier this summer, the Trump administration began moving to lift that requirement and return to the pre-Obama status quo. The administration contends that enforcing overtime and wage rules would discourage essential companionship services by making these services more expensive. State officials say there are nearly 200,000 home health and personal care workers in Pennsylvania, and their wages are also protected by a state law. But on Monday, Shapiro said his administration would be filing a legal filing to protect our home health care workers and organizing other states to protect them as well. Thousands of people across the country, including in Harrisburg, spent a portion of their Labor Day participating in the Workers Over Billionaires Day of Action, aiming to celebrate working people and the power of unions. Hundreds of people stood on the steps of the Pennsylvania State Capitol, holding signs and chanting against the Trump administration. Rally attendees shared a variety of reasons for being there, including some who grew up nearby and others from Pittsburgh with steel labor union backgrounds. Organizers emphasized the rally's focus on the power of the working class and called for an end to the billionaire takeover of our government. I can remember whenever the steel workers went on strike, every neighbor would help the steel workers, said Wendy Taylor, a Camp Hill resident, Pittsburgh native, and rally attendee. Together, we can never be defeated. After the event at the Capitol steps, people marched through the streets of Harrisburg. Organizers noted it was a permitted, nonviolent event. And that's the news at this hour. If you are watching the video version of our news content on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel. You can now listen to PEP Radio on the PEP Radio page at paequality.com, the Live 365 app, Roku, and Alexa. Up next, we have the Meadville area weather forecast here on PEP Radio.